Nigeria already has a large economy, so any startup with a good business plan and execution may not do badly. However, the internet makes it possible to serve not just the local but also the global market. If this happens, then a country is bound to earn some foreign exchange from international clients through such startup companies. So for example, I use an Evernote premium account, which is paid for every month because I want more features. What this simply means is that every month, the company earns not just from me, but from other international clients, quietly attracting foreign exchange to the US economy. What stops our own startup from doing the same thing? But the question is, how can we get them to think global? To discuss these and other issues is Lola Masha, the country manager of OLX Nigeria. Lola spent 4 years at Google, leading various product partnership efforts across Africa and Middle East. She has substantial international working experience in North America, Europe, and Asia. She holds a doctorate degree in engineering from the University of California and a Bachelor's of Science degree in engineering from the University of Virginia. My first question would be, do you think there's any chance for local tech startups in this highly competitive global industry?
Absolutely. Nigeria provides a wealth of opportunities for local startups to be successful for 2 reasons. The first being that even the large global organizations here haven't scratched the surface on what's possible and what the opportunity is in Nigeria. Secondly, local startups have a clear advantage over global companies. They're more nimble, they know the market very well, they're able to adapt and adjust to local nuances. Nigeria is a very special place. You can't simply copy and paste what works in other markets, be it Europe, Asia, or Latin America, and expect that to work in Nigeria.
So from your wealth of experience, how would you rate our current tech startups?
Well, there's a range of tech startups in Nigeria right now, and it's tough to rate them as an aggregate. Some are doing fantastically well, and some are still struggling to make it happen. But the key point here is that just hang in there. There is light at the end of the tunnel. We have seen local guys be extremely successful here and even get bought over by the large giants. So it's absolutely essential to hang in there, stick with it, be consistent, and just wait for that wave to occur.
Now, for the ones that you think are not doing very well, what is missing?
Again, I would have to get more details on what they do and how they work, but what I have found to be typically true is lack of focus. You find young guys that are eager to make things work and eager to succeed, that they dabble in 10, 20, 15 different ideas at the same time. That's almost impossible to get the core thing right. So it's absolutely key to remain focused, to be consistent, and to always maintain high quality standards in whatever the startup engages in.
Okay, now I'm a local tech startup.
Yes.
And
you're doing very well.
No, this is an instance, not me in this case now. Let's say someone watching us now.
Of course.
And then I want to grow.
Yes.
What are the elements? Now, I'm talking based on the fact that you work for people like Google. What are the elements that I need to adapt now that would help me stay focused on the long term?
Yeah. Frankly, there are 3 key elements for success in any business, right? The first is to understand the core value proposition. What exactly are you offering? What is the product like? And do you offer something that is needed in the local market? It's very easy to believe that there's a problem when there isn't and try to solve a need that actually does not exist at all. So the first key criteria for success is to understand, okay, what am I trying to solve here? The second key criteria for success is to then have the competence. And that cuts across different categories, right? So the product competence, the technical competence, the marketing competence to be successful, right? So it's not simply being a developer and knowing how to code or simply having a great idea and having the right business skill set, but it's having the competence across those key functional criteria. And then the third is just executing excellently. You know, I see very often companies that have those 2 things right, but frankly just execute poorly. They don't meet deadlines, They don't stick to high quality standards, or they just don't stick in it for the long term. So it's absolutely key to execute flawlessly and to have best-in-class standards.
Let's talk about partnership.
Of course.
There's this trend that is going on outside here where two people always is behind maybe one or two tech companies. What do you think about that trend here in Nigeria?
Okay, so let me make sure I understand the question. So the trend that most companies
Google,
are founded by two
Microsoft,
people.
Apple,
Yes.
you name it.
What's the problem with that?
Yeah, so I'm asking, is this something that you would advise us to do here in Nigeria?
I don't think there's a recipe around number of people that can successfully start a business. Similarly, right, you've given examples where it's been founded by two people, but I can also give you examples where it's been founded by one person or even three or more people. But the important thing is to ensure that the roles are clear and that the dynamics between the two people or the three people make sense and can work well for success.
Okay, so you're a woman in tech.
Yes.
How's it been for you?
I love being a woman in tech.
So how's it been for you?
I feel like a rare breed. No, but it's been fantastic, frankly. And, you know, I think we all have to use our strength to be successful. I think being a woman in technology is a strength because it lets me think differently. It lets me see things in a fresh way and have a different perspective from what my male counterparts may have pursued. In addition to that, I really do hope that I serve as a positive example to other younger girls and younger women in tech that may see it as a male world. So I am having a fabulous time, and I'm looking forward for others to join me. For example, actually, at OLX, so most tech companies have over 80% representation from the male population. At OLX, it's the opposite. We have more women than men working at OLX. All my direct reports are all female, and we are kicking ass. So, you know, girls rock.
Thank you, Lola. It's been great having you on the show today.
Thanks so much. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. Thanks for the opportunity.
New world, new view. Loads of platforms, but it's all about the trends. Getting real-time updates as it happens is key, and sharing same is more important. Join Channels B, our online community on trending topics in the social cyberspace, where young Nigerians from around the world converge and engage in discussions that will shape the future of the country.
Every Monday, 3:30 p.m. Channels B, giving wings to new media.
Our app of the week is Camcard, which can be used to capture all your business cards through your phone's camera by taking a picture of the business card. When you do this, it extracts all the contact information on the card, and then it can be saved on your phone. You can then go a step further by adding notes, setting reminders, quickly searching and sharing cards, all from your phone. This app will surely help you achieve more in business, as you will not be like many people who would collect business cards and may never put them to use. Remember to send us your feedback afterwards. The first question came in from Ada, and she says, my phone fell into water and I turned it on almost immediately. Is my phone damaged? Well, Ada, you need to take that phone for repairs. But here are some steps to take if you ever experience this again. First of all, here is the basic fact. The longer your phone stays in water, the more likely it is to get damaged, except of course, it is water resistant. If you can rescue your phone fast enough, then you simply remove the battery and all other accessories such as the SIM card and the memory card immediately. Afterwards, I recommend you sun dry your phone for a minimum of 24 hours. But if you can do 48 hours, it's much better, especially if you can resist turning on your phone that long. This may or may not save your phone, but luckily it worked for me just recently. The second question comes in from Tunde via our Twitter handle, and it says, I'm a banker and I use Bolt 5. Now I have a problem with the phone and I want to buy a new phone. Can you suggest a new phone to me? Well, Tunde, the truth is that there is no super brand out there, because in my opinion, they are all good. But here's what you need to be bothered about most: your phone's configuration. And if you want to make a fashion statement with it, then the design might also come tops for you. Now, based on what you do or what you'll be using the phone for, you should aim for a phone that offers a minimum of 1 gig of RAM, especially if it's an Android operating system. Please send your questions or comments to techtrends@channelstv.com or using any of our social media details as displayed on your screen. The giant tech companies today were once small local companies that possibly applied some of the tips Lola shared with us today. They have become extremely large companies. That points to the fact that our local startups can also go global if they stay focused, consistent, and also get enough local patronage for starters. That's it for today's edition of the show. Remember, you can watch the entire show on the Channels TV YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Join us next week on Tech News. Until then, stay innovative.